in a plastic lake. Cheap buffet on a weekday, babe. Too scared of clouds, so he took this ride. Floating past rusty docks, hiding inside. It's that ghetto cruise blues. Same gray water, same bad views. Living off his kin, chasing something to lose. Feeding every hope to a slot that never moves, yeah. He's singing those ghetto cruise blues. Mama's card in his wrinkled hand, idle hands flashing lights, that's the plan. Pressing buttons like it changes him. Every near miss pulls him back again. It's that ghetto cruise blues. Same green water, same bad view. Living off his kin, chasing something to lose. Feeding every hope to a slot that never moves, yeah. He's singing those ghetto cruise blues. He says one more spin, then I'll quit. But the boat keeps rocking, he just sits. Skyline shrinking in the diesel haze, trading every tomorrow for one less place. It's that ghetto cruise blues. Same gray water, same old news. Living off his kin, pocket full IOUs. Feeding every hope to a slot that never moves, yeah. New York band got those ghetto cruise blues.
Written in 2 minutes. Great song. For you, I'm living in his head rent free. I guess we both are. Ghetto Cruise Blues for New York Daniel out there. I come to you on the 6th day of the 3rd month of 2026. Karl called me. I gotta go listen to it. I did a little short of my 2-week haul. Some good lines in there. Living on IOUs, mama's money. Got another ghetto cruise. Yeah, they're drunk raids here today. It's pretty hilarious. But my name is Jeff, and this is your favorite audio addiction on the video platform with well, actually, I put the thumbnail is going to be WonderHussy Adventures. She's at Amboy, I think, tomorrow. Sunday is the DailyWoo celebration of life. I got my shirt in the mail. I'll put that up on the other channel and open it up. Amazing. I ordered that on Monday. Shipped it. Boom, boom, I'll go to the lights. I get it on Friday. Just like that. My own TheDailyWoo. One of a kind t-shirt. Celebrating the myth, the legend. So if you want to go meet the Hussy out there in Route 66, which you'll see a bunch of videos this year, she'll be available, meet and greet. Anyways, my name is Jeff, and this is Fear Monger. We spread fear and cheer throughout the world. But your clock had 1 hour. We will rise 2 o'clock Saturday morning. Going to work, busiest month. I make the best money between September and April. That's when we make the money at the Minneapolis Airport because people are traveling. The next 2 months is very, very good finger FU money. To drive around today and get batteries and these big companies. I need names. We had the Time Bar Live. Went to the sports show. That video will be up tomorrow. And Sunday and then Tuesday. But yes, we are at war in Iran. The hunch has no way of getting out. It is what it is. Kristi Noem got fired. It is what it is. We are commercial music for the sponsored part. Yeah, I do play. I play that blues song. Be so fun. I'll play the second one later on. Give me 2 of them. Just sing that in front of him at the Ghetto Cruise. Some great lines in there. The Ghetto Cruise. But his freedom is brought to you by the men and women of the armed forces, all of us. We can speak English. When we were dragged in 1938, I know Karl doesn't like to talk about it, but doesn't know much about much at all. He didn't know about what going to Mexico, that they were out there terrorizing people. He had to be told by a listener. Doesn't read, travel, and meet people. You read it up, look it up. September 1st, 1930, Hitler invaded Poland and kicked off World War II. Then September 2nd, 1945, the hostilities ended with Japan when they apologized on the mighty, mighty mall. In between that, we had to move not once but twice. Storm those beaches. Yes, we did. The men did. Sacrificed a lot of people. Snapped the necks of the crowd and freed those Jews who were deported, then turned back and slaughtered. We had the rat line, and there should be some executed people in Rhode Island protecting the church. More behaviors. Rat line and blue laws. We can finally buy liquor here on Sundays because all the Catholic priests were installed, the police. It's time for the orange jumpsuits. Public hangings, I'm sorry, it's not that tough. People hurt children. It isn't that tough. You see something, you say something. But they're doing it in Rhode Island. Look at the hunch. Protecting the pedos. Portable guillotines in all 50 states. You don't need drugs, you just need a rope, and that's it. Or you can live the rest of your life separating garbage till you beg for the seat release of death. They are the Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, and the Marines, Coast Guard, in uniform. They have served in 1 and 2. Forgotten war, which I don't know why they got done. In Vietnam, 58,000 plus were sacrificed, where the convicted felon and adjudicated rapist up on the hill and drafted plays a lot of golf. Didn't go. It was a Bill Clinton Yahoo. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky Yahoo. I never had to go, but if I did, I would. If we were invaded by cool Canada, I would go. Not a problem. Do what you got to do for this country. Speak English. I can feel pain. I can see. I can walk. I can talk. Be 64 here in August. I can still work. Make gay. Balls girls, the OT men wearing blue, gubbas working class out there, working hard, truck drivers, waitresses, warehousemen, secretaries, you know who you are. Unlike blind Eves and New York Dan living off the government, nothing but a sponge. I guess, what's the name we talked about us in the live? I didn't listen to Blind Bees, but I'm not going to bother. I was just rambling and gambling on, but that's usual. Blind Bees, that's the way he hears it because he can't see, right? Bold-faced liar. We appreciate your service. The men with the armed forces, not of victims, not in war. We're at war in Iran, no clear way out. Quagmire, we had somebody in Minnesota got taken out. 6 so far. 3 planes shot down by incompetency and the hunch. We still wagging the dog with the Epstein files. Like it or not. You got your choices in life. You choose to put a selected guy in there. I mean, my girl Squirrel paid parody. Thinks the hunch is the greatest thing in the world. Likes to listen to racist bastard blind views. It's too bad her choices. I like that. I don't know those kind of people, but she does. I guess people can grab her in the crotch when they please. Just say, well, it was the hunch's idea. He can do that whatever he wants. Well, I guess. She thinks it's okay to hurt women, I guess, because you're somebody special. That's a shame. It's a poor choice. I remember poor people. It's a condom I pulled off there, but you put on your penis. Prevent AIDS, herpes gonorrhea in the penis. I want pregnancies. It's a poor choice. The father runs off. You carry the groceries, you marry before you carry, as they say. And would you shower in the shower? Would you worship in a church where a child was molested? I hope not. Burn him to the ground. Boy Scouts, it was upstate place. The guy goes, I'd love to buy, but God knows my kids were molested. Nothing gets done. If I became president, retroactive. 50 states, 50 gallows, 12-seater, every Sunday at noon. Made good choices. Really good people. He said, you see something, you say something. You see a child need, step up. And we just sit around, watch. Just the Catholic communities. They don't care. The way it is. So many good choices. My dad always told me, know the difference between mistake and choice. Okay? Know the difference between mistake and choice. When you realize you're making bad choices, you'll fix it. If you say mistake, well, you're never going to fix your poor choices. You just continue to do it over and over. Well, I made a mistake. No, you made a poor choice. You had unwanted sex. You had a whore in the back seat. Should have been a slut on the couch. But you're the slut. Now you're pregnant, and the father runs off. That's your choice. Spread your legs. I love Rockstar. And don't drink and drive. Please call some emergency with a phone. That's all we're asking. I mean, if you're going to murder somebody, if 3 people murdered by drunks, just, hey, call me, call Jamie C, his A and B. Call by Muse. He can come get you his wife's car. Squirrel Bay Parody. He's too busy listening to Brian Muse all the time, trolling right along. Likes a racist white boy, I guess, unhappy. Maybe call Old Man Nation. Unhappy man that he is. New York Daniel. Drunken rage on a cruise. Got a car accident, that's why you fly next time. If you have full coverage on your insurance, shouldn't be a big deal. But we all know living off grandpa and grandma. It's the way it is. But welcome. How the hell are you? I'm feeling wonderful and delicious, outrageous and contagious, and just downright yummy. And horny kind of too as well. Just, I feel like a troublemaker right now. I always aim to misbehave, I always say, right? So real quick, I do appreciate people coming to the hot dog one. It was major trolling on that video. I mean, my God. Squirrel Bay Parody. I put a lot of stuff in for fun. Karl made a comment down below. Been major trolling on there. Beef stew came along about the hot dog. of course, I knew she would say stuff because she's obsessed with Nomadic Fran. Well, she's the lieutenant to Blind Views because how Tater eats. I guess the big thing, how Tater eats. He's a grown man. He wants to eat like a child. He can, whatever it may be. So she's all concerned because she's carrying the groceries and the shorts. She carries Blind View's water. She carries his water in his dress for him. She's in the bunker. She occasionally comes over here to Valkyrie, too afraid to call the show and put her feet to the fire. She's only called once. Probably got her nipples in a bundle. Butterscotch girl. So she was all... There was a guy down in Florida. He had what the hell was it? It was a store. Restaurant, excuse me, and he didn't want any ketchup there. I'd have brought my own ketchup in just for fun. I like ketchup. My dad put ketchup on his eggs. It's your hot dog. If you want to role play with your wife, or girlfriend, whatever, and want to slap each other around, that's your business, as long as it's consensual, right? I guess. I didn't know she was the ketchup police of what we can and cannot do in her presence. I didn't know that. Interesting. Next time I should be told that. But I put that for fun. I knew that would piss people off. And piss off, what's his name? And just a fun thing to make on that burger grill. I call it the naked. I had, just kind of a fun something to do. She had a Sammy, so it's always fun to roll the almonds too as well to piss off Mr. Fake Chef himself, who doesn't too afraid to get a real job, just sitting there with his dog named Snickers and his gerbil named Snuggles, sitting there hanging out, choking his chicken to hardcore lesbian porn. But like what I was saying, you don't like two men having sex, can't watch two women. That's not a very Christian thing to be doing. Forgot about that frame too as well. Not a very Christian thing to be doing. Told me the other day, and they got all bitter with me. Well, you can't be watching that kind of behavior. So I appreciate it. Her coming over and trolling, being all upset and frightened. What's going on? I appreciate it very, very much. All upset. But she won't. She's too afraid to call into the podcast. She knows the number out there. Too afraid to call the show. But she okays the way Blind Views acts, on his live stream a week ago, Mr. Prejudiced Behavior. I guess he was bitching about us, in the live stream. I didn't know where it was, but I wasn't going to listen for it. I always like to live rent-free. I can live rent people's heads too as well. I get it, but I can admit it. But he listens to all this behavior that we talk about. It's fun to rip on his young ass and make fun of him. It really is. A fake blind guy, right? When he leaves is when he gets his cane and walks around in Costco and acts like he's a blind guy with a mouth. When his live, I always love his mouth is always open, like he's going to catch flies. Like, do we have to put something in his mouth to feed him? And he's like a seagull. It's like drop something into his mouth. I don't know if he's looking at something in his mouth or do you need to unzip something? I don't know. It's just kind of hilarious how he looks around. You can read that chat room real well. So it was kind of hilarious. So New York Daniel, I wasn't even listening to the video, but Karl called me. Goes, you got to. I was cracking one off in the bathroom. I was taking to New York. I was taking to New York and wipe my Daniel. So I was taking to New York and I was going to wipe my Daniel. So I was taking to New York Dan, right? And it was in the head, right? And Karl called me. He goes, you're famous. So I listened to it towards the end, and it's like I told Karl, they'd give him like a $30 thing, and he's like calling out my name again, half drunk again, And then one he bitched. He said he was a drunken rage where they gave him a steak. Well, of course, it's like the drug dealer. Here you go, the first one's for free. Look Jeff Dubé up. Look him up, Jeff Dubé. Somebody gave him a joint somewhere in the base of their house. He lost a good job. I don't know what he's doing now, but because someone gave him one, he took it, right? So New York Daniel is on his ghetto cruise on Carnival, like it or not. He's down below. He's down there in the gutter, sitting down there cruising around, man. And he bitched about Royal Caribbean. I've been on that big cruise ship. It's a nice ship. It's too bougie for him. Again, living off his grandpa and grandma, too stupid and far too arrogant. He's a dimwit. That's what he's. The New York. He is the Forrest Gump of this like-minded people of Sarasota. Tim. That's his favorite thing to watch. And then this is BS about him and the crypto. He has no idea what crypto is. It's the it thing because the hunch is to make money on the crypto. Crypto is very touchy. Be careful with crypto. He's whatever he reads, he gets excited about. That's what he repeats. It's what he does. He's a harmless, low-hanging fruit kind of guy. Look at Dinger. You don't want to meet him because he realized how dumb he looked. And he drives down in a car, and then he gets in an accident, probably parked in a shitty spot. Knowing him, he's parked in a dumb spot why he got hit. That's probably why. He's parked in a safer way to get away. But that's why you fly down. And the insurance thing, if he has full coverage, he probably doesn't. When we rent a car, we're in Chicago, we're not going to rent a car. We're going to Uber it back and forth the hotel to the game. Okay, that's what we're going to do. But if we did rent a car in Chicago, we have full coverage. It's on our insurance. We have full coverage. Okay? So if we, God forbid, get an accident with our rental car, we have insurance. That's the way it works. So whatever happened to this accident, I highly doubt the old man has insurance. Either is this idiot. So whatever they're going to go after, he has nothing to go after. He has no assets. He's living a loser above the garage. See, I think he looks up blind views like Butt White looks up the poop because blind views has got no pot to piss in, living in the garage above the garage, and so is he. They both live off the cup. They're sponges. So, but on the ghetto cruise, and then he was talking about getting a free steak. Well, of course they're going to comp you the steak because they want you to come back again. I get it. I enjoy. I still have the money that we won in Vegas a year and a half ago. She spent some of that. She won $1,900. She just, matter of fact, she's Menard. She spent $400. They bought a dresser drawer, which she's putting together right now. So she's been putting that together. Brought the other one downstairs. She's like 40 years old. And this one she bought at Menard. She's putting it together. Something to do. But it's just sad that he's going on these cruises, like on the ghetto cruise. I'm sorry, man. I'm not going on those cruises. And there's no one there. He's by himself. I'm surprised he hasn't done any singing stuff, which is stupid. He can't sing. So he's going to go on that. I'm not going to watch a cruise thing. He just had a half-drunk white man. That one, he was drunk. He was raging. It's just kind of embarrassing. Just telling the truth about being a total moron. So, New York Daniel, being a total imbecile and moron. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? But it's kind of funny. I'm like, yeah, okay, big shooter. Half drunk, sitting there raging, on a cruise. And there's better things I can do than sit there and go on that kind of cruise. There's a lot of fun things you can do. But I think it's absolutely hilarious that I'm living rent-free in his head on a cruise. I can talk about here on a podcast, but if I do any shorts in Chicago, it's not going to be talking about anybody. Whatever it may be. I'm not all of a sudden, hey Daniel, I'm on vacation. I want to have the time of my life. I've done a few when I was in St. Martin. I might do a few when I'm in Chicago, a couple shorts real quick, whatever. But I'm not going to be sitting there doing a New York Daniel video when I'm on a cruise, man. Just when you're drunk like he gets all excited and he's all fired up, because he knows it's a ghetto cruise. He knows it. It's cheap. What's his name? Carpetbagger went on a cruise with the housekeeper, and they were way down below too as well. A cheap area down there. I'm sorry, I'm up above looking on a deck, or inside cabin. I'm overlooking the promenade. I'm not looking out a porthole. I'm not looking at a wall. I can walk on the deck and look. I give the inside cabin overlooking the promenade. You're looking outside. You can sit in the deck and look outside. I'm not sitting down by a porthole. I'm not going to do it, but it's just kind of hilarious, his behavior, but it is what it is. New York Daniel getting in a car accident. That's why you fly. It's not that tough. I don't care what Blind View says. If I want to go see Squirrel, babe, she's my girlfriend, wherever. We have the long-distance dedication relationship. I go to the airport. I get in the plane. I show my passport. I get in the plane. I have a carry-on. make sure I don't have any weapons with me. I get in the airplane. The airplane lands. She comes get me to the airport, and we have the time of our lives. It's not that tough to fly. It's really, I don't know what this idea that it's tough to fly blind views in New York, Daniel. You just have your license. If not, the real license is not that tough. We do have pre-check, okay, because we pay for it, whatever. And you go through and you get in there and you all metals, no human water. It's really easy to go from New York to Florida. I could see if I lived in Tennessee, I'm retired. There's a good article, a couple that are RVers and they go on cruises. Nashville, Tennessee, I think it's a 6-hour drive. I can see that. I drive down there, park my car at the port, whatever, for 3 weeks. I have the money, not a big deal. Long-term parking and go on a 3-week, going like a bundle 3 cruise together. I get it, man. Have a time of my life, but I'm an outgoing person. I'm not going to eat by myself. I love eating with people, talking to people. I'm not going to be by myself, gambling all the time. I bring 300. We were going to go on that cruise, but we weren't going to pay the freight to go out to Puerto Rico with Ted. I wasn't going to do it. Ted understood that. I bring $300 with me to gamble, and I've never came in with less. I've got lucky one more, but I have casinos in Minnesota if I want to go gambling. You're not going to be seeing me playing sitting there. I'm wasting my time. I got better things to do. I mean, I would do videos walking on the ship that you would see when I got back. Walk around the ship, show you things. I don't need to have Wi-Fi. I think she carries Wi-Fi because for work, if she's got to check emails, if there's any kind of something going on at work. But I don't need Wi-Fi. My phone is turned off. It's in the safe. I mean, we had some pretty good Wi-Fi over there in St. Martin, so I did do some shorts and whatever else, but I didn't upload any videos, just upload some shorts as fun, so I'm not doing that behavior. So we'll see what, let me go see here now. But WonderHussy is having her little Amboy thing. I think it's tomorrow. She's going to be there all day long, so you guys want to go see her. It's meat and money. So, had some listens today on Spreaker. We a little over 100 in the last 30 days. Appreciate it when it comes to my United States, Singapore, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, France, Spain, Hungary. Let my people go! Germany, Ireland, South Korea, Norway, Ukraine, and Switzerland. Thank you. So, come get in person. New Jersey, someone's listening in the courthouse. Cape May Courthouse 7 times. It's hilarious. Thank you so much. New York is Brooklyn, Hopefield Junction. Okay. New. Thank you. Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Michigan, Lansing. The Ohio is Cleveland, and then Georgia's on my mind, Norm Park and Maury, 4 times there. Florida, Sarasota, 4 times, thank you. And Louisiana, Citadel. Texas, Fort Worth. California, Highland, I think that's the usual one here in Idaho is Star. You're back. Thank you so much. Missouri is New London. Thank you. Illinois, Golden Park. I think that's North Carolina, Marshall. Thank you. Massachusetts, Springfield, 7 times. Chickapaw once. There've been a lot of those. Springfield. Someone's listening in Springfield. Thank you so much. But I think all the IPs that roll in, Louisiana, and like I said, all the countries in Canada, I appreciate too as well. That come to Ontario, New Brunswick. So, and then we see Toronto twice. And then New Brunswick is Fredericton. So thank you, Canada, and many, many more. I appreciate it. There's so much you can consume and listen to. So it is what it is. Should we play the second ghetto one? Before I call Karl, let's call the second ghetto one. It's pretty good. I love these. This blues one. I love these. I put these on. If I was going to pay for it, I'd put this on CD. Here's the second ghetto grooves blues on New York Dan. Here it is.
Plastic lake, cheap buffet on a weekday, babe. Too scared of clouds, so he took this ride. Floating past rusted docks hiding inside. It's that ghetto cruise blues. Same gray water, same bad views, living off his kin, chasing something to lose, feeding every hope to a sloth that never moves. Yeah, he's singing those ghetto cruise blues. Mama's card in his wrinkled hand, idle hands, flashing lights, that's the plan. Pressing buttons like it changes him, every near miss pulls him back again. It's that ghetto cruise blues. Same gray water, same bad views, living off his kin, chasing something to lose, feeding every hope to a sloth that never moves. Yeah, he's singing those ghetto cruise blues. He says, one more spin, then I'll quit, but the boat keeps rocking. He just sits, skyline shrinking in the diesel haze, trading every tomorrow for one bright display. It's that ghetto cruise blues. Same gray water, same old news, living off his kin, pocket full of IOUs, feeding every hope to a slug that never moves. Yeah, New York damn got those ghetto cruise blues.
Good, pretty good. I mean, there's a shuffle one here. Hang on.
New York dad in his dad's old shoes said the plane's too small, so he picked his cruise. Deck fly buffet, he's the king of the fries. Pulls that slot machine till he's crossing his eyes. Ghetto cruise down, scared of the sky, won't board a flight, but he let that wheel spin high. Living off the fan, chasing that view of those cherries in a row. That's his dream come true. Mama, why you catch in a long deep sigh? Said, boy, that boat ain't gonna teach you to try. He just shrugs, takes a sip, leans back in his chair. Says luck's gonna hit, I can feel it in the air. Ghetto cruise down, scared of the sky, won't board a flight, but he let that wheel spin high. Living off the fam, chasing that view decline. Oh no. He laughs it off, says I'll be fine. But that mirror in the bathroom, it's tired of the lies. Shows a boy on a boat while his whole life slides. Ghetto cruising, scared of the sky. Won't board a flight, but he let that wheel spin high. Living off the fan, trying to break through. Maybe one more spin, maybe time to choose. Ghetto cruising, scared of the sky. Won't board a flight, but he let that wheel spin high. Living off the fan, trying to break through. Maybe one more spin, maybe time to choose. Maybe time to choose.
That's pretty good. I just put New York Dan. I put blues, put shuffle in there. He goes on a boring ghetto cruise, too afraid to fly, living off his family, playing slots all day, using money. Well, so it's pretty funny. It's just kind of, that's what it wrote for me anyway. So before we get Karl on here, we're going to talk. We'll get him and we'll talk about Sarasota Tim and life and vibe drama. But real quick, that get together for, remember it's the day, it's the TheDailyWoo celebration of life. Like I said, I bought a shirt. I got my own shirt. I got it, paid for it. I got it in my car. I'll open it up for the other channel. You want to go see it? You know, I get it. And he was the GOAT, and I get it. I can think of the guy. I can go pick up garbage. I can donate him to charity. And, you know, there's only one woo. Okay, I know Carpegger was doing videos with, what the hell is his name? Philly captain who's just over the top. They're in Disneyland, so it's going to be this weekend. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be a bunch of Woovians acting like, you know, oh my God, he's the best person. I'm the bigger fan. You know, it's like I like George Thorogood, the Delta Destroyer. It's like saying I'm the biggest fan of the Britney Spears. Speaking of that, Britney drinking and driving, stupid woman that she is. Or that's what you have someone to drive you for. My mother had a limo until the day she died. I had a limo driver the last 3 years of her life. I paid for that. But there'll be people there acting like total idiots. Like someone made a comment, I guess, Passive Productions talked about it, and they got all mad. Haven't you ever anybody die in your life? It's like they got all mad. It's like, again, like I told Karl, and I was listening to my girl today. She's going Wandering Gypsy. And I don't know if it's WonderHussy or not, but she's got a friend who's got a big channel, and she had to put a fence around her house, and people stand out there. I don't know if that's the house or not, and she gets stalked. She's a good-looking woman, I get it, but she's and she gets all kinds of weird emails, and I get it, young lady. You're not saying you're gorgeous, but you know you're a woman, okay? And guys get all excited, and they can reach out to the YouTubers. I mean, there's a lot of actors I like. I mean, what's her name? The chick from Big Bang. Boy, she's a beautiful woman. I mean, you know, plenty of actors I like there. They're not going to be spawned to me. I guess if I was in love with the Huss, I really liked her. I mean, oh, WonderHussy, I really want to be with you. You know? What the hell? Would you stop? Why'd you stop? What the hell is going on here? Well, that won't stop. I have no idea why. But anyways, so it's gonna. These people on YouTube get really, really excited, and they're going to be acting like idiots at this get together. Again, me running up to WonderHussy, right, hugging her, acting like a total idiot. I'm your biggest fan, Sarah. Oh my God. You know, so it's meat and money. It's what that is. And you know, people are selling TheDailyWoo shirts. I made my own. Like I said, I thought maybe you could come buy one if you wanted. Somebody had sent me an email. And Juan went, well, I'll pay you. I said, he goes, I'll pay you in installments. I go, listen, if you really want one, I have a PayPal. I'll ship you. Give me PayPal $35 to cover the whole thing, and I'll ship it to you. Well, I forget. I mean, there's some guy like that. I can ship you one. I can drop ship it to you if you want me to. Just put it in my PayPal if you want, But no, I'm not going to do no installments. If you can't pay me $35 for a shirt for the Woo, whatever. I love Uber Prints is the best place to do, best place to do a T-shirt. I've done many of them, and they're fun to do. It's a great website. So, but that's going to be pretty chaotic on Sunday. His dad is going to live stream it, and there'll be people wanting to get in because what's the hell? Justin Guard said people can stand outside now. He's saying not. So if you're not in the area, don't come. Whatever, but. I don't know, you can do your own celebration of life for anybody. People die every day on YouTube. It's the way she goes. But, I don't know, I just know you'll just, the Daily Woo and the WonderHussy this weekend. If you want to go give one or some money, have at it. Go give her some gur, right? So, it's going to be pretty interesting to say the least. Behavior going on, so let me see, let's see, Karl. All right. Pressure to be. They wanted to stop the video from going out. Oh, she's getting pressure. She's getting kickback. Liz Amazing. Imagine that. I'm not surprised that she's getting kickback because she's a good girl. I like Liz Amazing, so she's getting pushback from people. Let's call Karl. Karl, coming for you. No, Karl. Told him to call the show. Karl, call the show. He'll call the show. Probably out effing off, causing trouble, mayhem, drinking beer, carousing around. But anyway, so the Sarasota Tim and Beef Stew's girlfriend, he's trying to get the case dismissed. It doesn't hurt to ask, it doesn't hurt to ask, because my idea on this is that she is guilty of using this stuff, okay? I could talk about blind views. I can talk about the WonderHussy. I can talk about anybody, Cartbag, and give my opinion. I've played back some stuff once in a while for Karl and made fun of the guy, but it's been fun. But I don't need to sit here and do a 2.5-hour show playing Sarasota Tim stuff back. I can talk about the guy. He's an idiot. I've seen 3 videos of this moron. And they're just wasting good suffering. But losers should pay. Whoever loses in that courtroom. And she's guilty of copyright because she plays his stuff back all the time, and people sit there and nag her on because she's a unhappy white girl living in Virginia Beach who's obsessed with a man in Florida, and about whatever he's doing wrong with some loan. Well, they go press charges in Florida. So she did like a 2.5-hour live stream, which I wasn't going to listen to. I looked it up because Karl was live yesterday in his live stream, and she's sitting there bitching about this letter and whining. It's like, and people give her money and sit there and talk to her, and it's like, I just don't understand this behavior with her. And I get it. I talk about people. Yeah, I get it. It is what it is. That's what I do. I rip on people. People rip on me. But I just think it's hilarious that this behavior going on Life and Vibe and Sarasota Timmy. It's just a waste of good suffering. I just don't get it. I mean, if you want to play my stuff back, go ahead. Like those songs, you get what's her name? Squirrel Bay Parody could do that one, the shuffle one, and put that to his videos, because it'd be great to sing that in front of him at some bar right there in the ghetto. This goes out to New York Dan, the Forrest Gump of the Sarasota Tim community. Just start singing it. But your Dan's harmless. He's the ghetto crew's drinking like a banshee. hanging out by himself. He's a loner. He's a dimwit. It is what it is. And it's just with the haters are more fun to turn on each other and make fun of, and their quirks and this behavior, just like with Kid Behind the Camera and all the people that used to just rip on him all the time, and all these people in that community of this like-minded people of Kid Behind the Camera, Angry Grandpa, whatever, and Boogie 2998, and then Fat Boy was the best person to ever. He was my daily woo on either side. He was just an epic live streamer. Oh, looks like he got
call from
Stolen Valor Department.
Mm-hmm. You're just a mean man.
Are you live?
I am live on Bohemian-Nomad Radio. How's it going?
Oh, it's good. I only got a minute today, but I wanted to call. I found a quarter, so I was able to use the payphone.
Nice. What's on your mind here, Bohemian-Nomad Radio? Try to get hold of Karl, but he won't answer. So what happened in the Blind Views live stream? What happened?
Okay, so I just jumped in there for a minute, and when I jumped in there, he was already talking about how, he took his shirt off to show, he had no sleeves on.
Mm-hmm.
So that was because of what Karl said.
Okay.
And then I don't remember what else he said, but he was just doing his thing where he's, cussing and talking about how you guys think that... Yeah, I was in there for a second, and I was like... I'm out.
Yeah, we're in his head. We're in his head. So he
said that he's in your head because you guys make a video about him every day, but you're also in his head. So I think you guys are cohabitating each other's
That's
heads.
fine. I mean, I love making fun of him because he's low hanging fruit. He's easy to make fun of.
Sure.
He's just easy because that live stream he did 2 weeks ago was just a prejudiced little bit. And, Old Man Nation did a great job on it. It's great. I mean, he's just. I did write some songs in New York Dan today. I did one shuffle.
How embarrassing.
I did 2 blues ones on him, and then I did one they're hilarious. He was so drunk the other day. So one is called the Ghetto Cruise Dan, and the other one's Ghetto Cruise Blues. So I put the shuffle one's pretty good. It's hilarious. They're absolutely epic.
Yeah.
But
he made one full-length video where he was hammered drunk, and he made a short when he was hammered drunk.
Yeah. He's just...
I said, is this a Ziggy and I video?
Yeah, he's just... and I was in his head today, so he's playing... He was playing... Because Karl called... Hey, Karl's here. Hang on a second. Answer call. Merge with private number. Here we go. We're going to merge it. Welcome to... Here we are with KCGrits in the building with Karl.
KCGrits in the house.
Hey, yeah, I only have a couple minutes, Karl, because I could only find one quarter.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Oh.
Hang on.
Squirrel girl.
No way.
Yep.
No way.
Welcome.
No way. Squirrel bait.
What's good? Well,
yeah.
Welcome.
I got that.
Wow.
Wow.
She called the show. So
Wowie dowie.
That's fantastic.
Karl, let the 2 kids talk. Go ahead. You 2 guys can talk about your podcast. Me and Karl sit back and listen. Go ahead.
Squirrel bait. This is the premiere of our show.
Is this Casey?
Yeah. Okay. So this is our premiere of our show. I only have 5 minutes. So we have to go over this real quick. Did you watch New York Dan's drunken videos?
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
What do you think about that?
Well, I made a comment.
There's a comment now. Things aren't going so great for our first episode.
Come on, you're putting me on the spot.
Okay, I'll make my comment. I thought that it was one of the most embarrassing videos that I have seen on his channel, and that says a lot because he made videos of himself eating expired food.
Well, I've seen some embarrassing comments, but not necessarily from him.
Okay. What did you think about Blind View's Thirsty Thursday this week when he was raging about when he took off his shirt to where he didn't have his sleeves on, and so that means that he heard Karl say that. What did you think about that?
He took his shirt off?
Like at the very beginning, he was talking about not having sleeves on, remember?
Was that this Thursday?
Yep, you were there in the comments. I saw you. You just couldn't see me because I'm blind.
I wasn't there the first 37 minutes I came in. It was late, so I never saw it.
Okay.
Well, he's watching. He's watching everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I think he's watching.
I mean, you can pick up little things, and he's watching people.
Sure.
He's probably watching what I'm saying too.
You think he's going to be happy that you called the show?
Well, I don't care if he's happy or not. Why would I be?
There you go. You shouldn't care. Let's see.
Yeah, why
what else?
why should he care if I call the show? I mean,
yeah, and why should you care what he thinks?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Did you see Life and Vibes? Well, it was 2.5 hours, so I didn't watch the whole thing. Did you see where she was showing the documents from where Sarasota Tim got served?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's a waste of good suffering.
What did I think of them?
Yeah, what do you think of it?
Well, I mean, she's shown a lot of personal documents, and I think...
And his email.
Yeah, I think there might be an ethics violation going on.
Okay.
With her. Okay? I mean, I'm also in healthcare.
Okay.
And... if you fail to adhere to moral principles or codes of conduct, like discrimination and conflicts of interest, you begin to lose trust. You're not trusted anymore. I
don't think that Cowpote would ever give out personal information the way that she gave out his email address.
I would never do that. You know that. I would never do that to anybody. Never. Ever.
Right.
Ever,
and
ever.
People think that Cowpote's some kind of a bad guy.
I would never. If Squirrel Bay gave me her phone number, her address, like she wanted something like a shirt from me or something, let's say she wanted me to make her one, I would say, here you go, but I'd never go to anybody. I don't do that. I've never done that kind of. I saw that she put that up there. That's just, like you said, Squirrel Bay, young lady. When you're in that kind of a business, in the healthcare business, you have that code of conduct. But she doesn't have that on YouTube. She doesn't know any boundaries. Like Karl said, she has no one to bounce anybody off of. Like me or Dan doesn't have anybody bounce anything off anybody when you act like a total drunk like that. There's no way my wife would let me go live if I was that drunk. There's not a chance. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's right to be showing those documents. I mean, they're kind of sensitive, and and how she speaks about Sarasota Tim, and she's in healthcare, and she has to, take care of people, things like that. She comes off as a very biased person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in healthcare. I can't treat people like that.
Hey, I gotta go. I didn't have much time today, but I'll listen tomorrow.
No,
Bye, guys.
You'll be up tonight, but thank you for coming. Have a good weekend.
Hi, Casey.
Have a good weekend.
Hi, Casey.
See you later. So, thanks for calling in the podcast. How are you, young lady? How's the butterscotch these days? I like that. The one the Squirrel Bay jumps out with the butterscotch is pretty hilarious. Jumps out of the vehicle, the butterscotch. Man, I bought some butterscotches on your behalf today at the dollar store today. I wouldn't chat with poor people today. I bought some butterscotch on your behalf.
Is this Stewie?
No, Stewie's
No,
not.
that's Cowpote.
That's me.
He bought you butterscotch in honor of you, because you're sweet.
Mm-hmm. I bought some butterscotch.
Oh, okay.
No, Stewie's not here. We don't need Stewie.
Yeah, but I think I don't think people are getting the butterscotch thing.
No,
that's a Stewie thing, and they're not connecting the butterscotch candy to me because Stewie thinks I'm some old lady, okay, and I have hard candy. And so, you know, people who listen to that or watch it, they're not putting two and two together, okay? And they shouldn't, because I'm not an old lady.
No, I like butterscotch. I like butterscotch ones.
I don't butterscotch, and I don't have hard candy laying around or in my purse or whatever.
You don't like hard? I love hard candy. I love hard candy. My dad loved hard candy. But
yeah, I like hard candy, but I don't keep it around. You know.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. So, let you guys talk about the Sarasota Tim and Life and Vibe. What do you think, Karl, about that behavior? About this her 2.5 hour talking about some private information? What's your thoughts on that case?
I tried to have a live as long as she went. I couldn't. I got to 2 hours and I pooped out. You know, she's who she is. She, you know, she's not hiding. She's not some character. So what you see is what you get. So if you like her, you like her. If you don't, you don't. If you're entertained by her, you're entertained by her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything.
She wasn't taking the whole 2 hours talking about those papers, because I went back in later on when she was getting ready to leave. She was talking about some of his other videos, like where he was doing his sit-ups, his push-ups, you know. She was talking about that.
Yeah, she showed the one where he was making rude comments to that young girl. That was not good.
Yeah, that was another video clip. Yeah, so it wasn't the whole, you know, she wasn't talking the whole 2 hours about those papers.
Yeah, but her live was 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I know. I can't handle that.
It's a long. I try to keep these to 90 minutes. I've done 2-hour ones, but when I'm on YouTube, like Karl. But Karl, yours are fun. You know, Squirrel Bait may be in there, Casey's in there, and we're all having fun. You know what I'm saying? We're just kind of giving, you know, busted. You know, she's busting my balls and busting her ovaries. We're having fun in a live stream. You know, she's just droning on about Sarasota Tim for 2.5 hours. I wouldn't be able to do that. You know, you can. You know.
Did you hear? Did you hear Stewie call Karl and start bitching about me?
No.
Yeah, Stewie doesn't have manners.
He does. That's why I rarely have him on here, because he doesn't know how to talk to people. He's kind of like dear Daniel. He's not educated, and he's not properly. What's the word I always use? He's not socialized very much, and doesn't know how to have a conversation without Efferheimer in this. He just doesn't know how to. He just doesn't, you know, doesn't know how to, no.
Yeah, so I wouldn't put a lot of stock into what Stewie says, because he I think he just tries to get people fighting. I don't think he tries to resolve anything or anything like that. Doesn't try to create.
I think he was just trying to humiliate me or whatever. But he was using his Beaver Cleaver handle in Bundy's lives, and I saw it. And every time he would mention, you know, something to me, he'd have the little squirrel icon. So I knew it was him.
Yeah,
but I mean, he professed on your live that it wasn't him. I mean, he was gonna, you know, lay down and die and say, no, that wasn't me. Okay, well, it was him, and he needs to shut the hell up.
Yeah, but you always say, sweetheart, when
we all think it is him. We can't prove it.
Right. I always say, sweetheart, when I get insulted by somebody at work or somebody at the airport, or somebody gets pissed about service, whatever, I always look at them and go, with all due respect, I've been insulted by better people. You know what I'm saying? That's what you think of, Stu. Just say, hey, guess what? You have to. I mean, I told Karl on the phone, Squirrel. I've told him on the phone. I've been in this business for 18 years, being a podcaster and YouTuber. People have called me the P word. That's their business. That's their problem. You know what I'm saying? So with him, just let it go because he's just trying to get your goat. And if you let him do what he wants, it's just the way she goes. I was just listening to what's her name?
Yeah, he is. He's just trying to get you mad.
Yeah, he's trying to they call it gas.
I'm not mad about it. It's just. He's not going to get the better of me.
He's trying to gaslight you. He's trying to gaslight you. That's all he's doing. He's gaslighting you. That's what he's doing. So it's no different from my sister or something. You used to be an alcoholic, and I mentioned it, and we're at a family get together, and I mentioned that you used to be a drunk or something, and to gaslight you. You know what I'm saying? To piss you off. You know what I'm saying? We're at some thing, and I go, yeah, remember when you used to be a drunk? And blah blah blah. And you're like, hey, bitch. So yeah, I don't know. So. What do you? So the blind views, the one that was a week ago that your boyfriend, Old Man Nation, called. What's your thoughts on that one? 2 weeks ago that he was one off the deep end. What was your thoughts on that one?
The one he did on Blind Views?
The one that Blind Views did 2 weeks ago. His live stream when he was off on a rant. What was your thoughts on that behavior?
What was he talking about?
Well, he was just being kind of damn near a racist little pig. 2 weeks ago, he was Blind Views.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, he was he was kind of being racist like, and trying to give what do you call that?
Passcode.
Trying to imitate black people and stuff like that. 19.
No, I understand. I just thought I saw part of that. I'm like, whoa, man. But
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
But I thought that was
bye bye. See ya.
It's way if that's what you want to do, and that you're playing to your audience. In my mind, that's why I call it the brown shirts. So he's placating to the people in the chat room. That's what he's doing. People that want to hear that behavior. So it's my personal opinion.
So anyways, yeah, I didn't care for that. He was just a little bit off the rails, and I'm thinking, if he's going to start talking politics and that kind of stuff, he should just do a members only, and just title it political rant and not make it go public. Just make it members and never make it go public. If he's going to do something like that.
Well, I understand.
Because he just seems like he's really angry.
Well,
I don't want to hear that shit.
I totally agree. I mean, I can mix in politics. I do it all the time. I get it. But, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and start imitating people. I try to be independent.
I usually leave.
Yeah. Where Carpetbagger has learned
that. Yeah, that was...
Carpetbagger.
I was not there.
Right.
Last I looked, we didn't even have 1,000 views.
Yeah, I wasn't at that one. I remember now. But I had a friend who was in there, and she told me about it. So I went back and I started watching it. I said, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, it's. Yeah, that can.
And then this Thursday, I was like 30 minutes late, and I went back and I watched the beginning of it, wanted to see what I missed, and he was ranting. He was already ranting that early.
Yes. Well, he had nothing to talk about because I didn't listen to it because Carlton was boring. But Tater is kind of whatever he's doing, so he has nothing to talk about. The Sarasota Tim has been covered, so the drama has been covered for the Mr. Midget himself, nomadic idiot. So he has nothing else. But he comes, listens to me. He listens to Karl more than he listens to me. Because it's fun to hold his feet to the fire. And it's fun to give him crap because I don't think since I came along, no one talked about him like I do. That you can see who I am. I'm not behind some avatar, and I talk about him. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm somebody new to him that he can't. That I'm not afraid to call the guy out about his blindness and his behavior, wearing his whatever, walk around with a cane.
Hey, that Mickey Mouse watch that he put up?
Yeah.
That came from my Reddit group.
Oh, it did?
and I didn't give it to him.
But who cares? What's the...
And
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I interrupted you. I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah, because, when I saw it, wow, that really looks familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of my members in my Reddit group that posted that. And we usually have some bitch that comes in and steals stuff, and she goes off and she gives it to him.
Okay. Well, I told that to Karl.
And
I told it to Karl. He gets everything in on the side. His address, all that stuff he gets on the side from people. That's what I thought.
He gets a lot of stuff from this one person. She used to email me stuff, about Tater, because she's really obsessed with Tater and that, and has been for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And she got belligerent towards me in Reddit, and I told her, well, if you don't like it, go make your own. And they did. And now she, everything goes to blind views.
So she doesn't.
So she's in blind views here.
So she
Not
doesn't.
me.
So she doesn't like Tater.
Oh, she's obsessed with him. Yeah, she don't like him, but she will scour the internet on anything nomadic fanatic.
That's.
I mean, I ain't got time for that.
I totally agree with you. On that. I totally agree on that. So
But she does.
yeah, well, she's probably feeding him the address and the whole 9 yards. So she's that's his little mole. Then that's what you're trying to tell me. She does his dirty work for him. Okay, that's fine.
I had to email him, and I asked him, where did you get that picture of the Mickey Mouse watch? And he told me one word, and it was her name.
I see.
And that's the way that goes.
Because what's the big deal on the timeline of when he's doing his videos? What's the big deal on this? I don't understand. I watched that video. What's the big deal? Where he is, when he's at? I don't understand this timeline. What's the big deal on this? Where he is? What's going on?
It showed Thursday the 12th. That was one day before he went to court.
Okay.
So they're saying, okay, he was here right before he had to be at court.
Okay.
So, they're tracking his moves by his watch. And in order to get that image, you have to really slow down the video.
That's sad.
Okay?
That's sad. That's really sad.
And somebody posted that in my Reddit, and she came along and she grabbed it like she grabbed other shit,
Mm-hmm. Interesting. But that's how people are.
But I'm not going to give you her name because she's in his lives once in a while. If it doesn't have nomadic fanatic in his titles, she don't show up.
Okay, so she likes. How old is this lady? How old is she? Is she older, mid-size? What is she? How old is this woman?
She's an older woman.
So she has nothing better to do but obsess over some 5'3" guy driving around in a naughty bus. That's what you're trying to tell me?
What?
So you're just trying to tell me she's obsessed with some 5'3" nomadic driving around in a naughty bus. That's what she's obsessed with?
Yeah, she's been checking out Diana's channel too now.
Yeah, I did that video on her over there. Oh, there's a few over there that she did something that, the bus was broken up. She's over on Rumble. I've seen some of her videos. She's not making money. She makes her money from Me OnlyFans. You don't make any money on Rumble. I mean, Wandering Gypsy said that she did a whole year over on Rumble, made nothing. So I put stuff up.
She needs to look at, but
But whatever. But I get it. Some
Whatever.
people. I told this to Karl on the phone. I said, people get obsessed with YouTubers, and WonderHussy people come knock on her window at her house. And I was listening to Wandering Gypsy, and she has some friend who's got a, I don't know who she's talking about, but she has a fence around her house because people were walking up to her house and they stand outside her fence. And because people get obsessed with YouTubers, I can reach out to WonderHussy on email. I can't reach out to Jennifer Aniston. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's not going to answer me. You know, so people get obsessed with YouTubers. I've seen it with TheDailyWoo. They have a thing on Sunday. WonderHussy has something on tomorrow at Amboy. People can meet in money, and they go see her, and I get it. You know, they give her money. That's fine, but people get overly emotional, people on YouTube. So I'm not surprised this lady is obsessed with Tater. I'm not surprised at all. So.
Yeah, she's so obsessed that some of the older parody channels, you know, that might still be up, that haven't put anything out in years. You might see one of her posts that she commented a couple months ago. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
She did call the police on him.
She did?
When he was, yeah, because she told me about it when we used to talk before. She called the police on him when he was at his base camp in Carbondale, you know, where he was using that workshop that his friend had, and he was storing all his stuff, and he had his Mickey Mouse doll collection out and stuff like that. Well, she called the police on him, saying that he was luring little kids with his Mickey Mouse dolls.
He was luring kids? That's what she said?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you hear that, Karl?
She told the police that.
Yeah, I heard that. We're learning lots of stuff.
That's crazy. That's insane. Wow. I've heard, wow, my 17 years, young lady, I've never heard anything like that my entire life. That's just somebody has nothing. This woman is mentally ill. Whoever she is, that's mental illness. That's sad.
I told her one time, I said, don't you think you have, you know, you're a little bit too obsessed with him? She says, no, I just hate him.
There's a lot. I don't
like him either, but, you know, I don't spend my waking hours searching for this guy, every little thing.
He must have at one time said no to her or something. She must have reached out to Tater, and Tater didn't connect with her. So she's probably a scorned woman. I really believe that she's a scorned woman, because if that...
Yeah, she might be bitter. I don't know if that's true, but...
Well, no, but it happens.
You know, when somebody gets like that, you know, they're so obsessed over someone or so much hate, you know, they're bitter and they just keep going after them, you know.
Yeah, she must have got turned down must have got some kind of response back from an email or something that she didn't like. She sent him an email or something to be nice to him, and he responded back in a negative way, and she's pissed. That's the only thing I can think that made her mad, because women are emotional. They get very angry when things don't go their way. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it works.
You know, that kind of makes sense, because he's very condescending to his viewers.
Yep.
When he, you know, when he replies to them, he's always got a snarky kind of condescending attitude, response towards them. You know, so maybe she got a whiff of that.
Well, maybe gave him some money and didn't get the response back. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something.
That's possible. He's known for
she got triggered by something like that. There's something pissed her off. Either money or didn't get what she wanted in a response from him. That's the only way I can think that why she's going through all this behavior. This is very enlightening. Very enlightening. That just blows. I figured Blind Views was getting something. Somebody was giving us something. So she probably sent Blind Views his address right as soon as she gets it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
she's more than happy to dox him and do whatever, but calling the police on him, that's blows me away. That she's
I think she called him twice. There was another time, I can't even remember what it was, but I remember, you know, she mentioned it. I knew about the one where he was at the base camp in Illinois, his workshop, whatever.
That's just.
And there was another time I don't.
That's just bizarre.
know
So
what it
she's a
was.
cop caller. That's bizarre. Oh my goodness.
Well, when she was a member in my group, she would make up stories about him or just outright lies. Like she said that he sold his motorcycle, Black Betty, and that, and he did not. So, when she did that, the conversation kind of went sideways because she was trying to get out of her lie. So I said, well, the heck with this. I just deleted her comments.
Right.
And she got really mad at that, and she didn't, so she stopped posting for like about 2 weeks and then came back, because she was mad at me.
Could you imagine in real life, if let's say you're her friend at work and you pissed her off at work, could you imagine the stalking you would have to go through this woman? If you knew her in person in real life, could you imagine if you pissed her off at work, what she would do? Could you imagine that? I mean, if she's acting like this on YouTube, could you imagine her acting like this in public? I'm serious, man. That's.
She had a private conversation with one of our members, and she was talking bad about me, making up lies, and saying that she does all the dirty work for me, and does she does the leg work. Well, when she said that meant she was sending me stuff through email to use about Tater for my parodies, right? Mm-hmm. I never really used any of it, but I never asked her for anything ever. I never said go out there and get this, spy on Tater or get me this or what can you find for me on him and stuff. I never said anything like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had the nerve to say that she was one of them that built up the Reddit group and stuff like that. No, she was just a regular member like everyone else. It's mine. It's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
I created it. She didn't do nothing.
Right.
But she was just making up lies. And come to find out, she was just really jealous of me. She was jealous because I could make parodies and I was more popular than her, or, whatever. I don't care. But that's one thing I don't like is I don't like people lying about me. They don't know me, don't lie about me.
Mm-hmm.
That does tick me off.
Well, I just like giving you shit. You know that, right? I mean, I don't know. I just like.
I know. You're always trolling. You can't turn it off.
I know.
You're always trolling me.
I know. It's in theory. I would never say anything inappropriate about you. I just like to give you crap. So let's cut to the chase here now. Let's talk about the ketchup police. Now, what's this big thing about ketchup behavior? You don't like ketchup on hot dogs? What's the deal?
No, I don't. It's mustard. Like I said, little kids put ketchup on their hot dogs.
No, they don't.
Okay?
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Carl,
Yes, they do.
What's your thoughts on ketchup on hot dogs? You're from Chicago. What's your thoughts, Carl?
I know it's supposed to be only mustard, but I like ketchup and mustard.
I guess you're a kid, so we're both children, I guess. Just call us the children of the ketchup world. You should do a parody then. You should do the ketchup police. Call it the ketchup police. I
did one on Tater putting ketchup on a hot dog. Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. Yep. There was one. There's one store at the small airport, the Midway Airport, and I did a picture a long time ago, and it said it's considered bad manners to have ketchup in the Chicago limits. It's pretty funny. It's got a sign next to the ketchup. It's pretty hilarious.
There's a place downtown where if you ask for it, they throw you out.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
In that video, everyone said ketchup on a hot dog.
I did it.
It's always nasty.
I did it on purpose just because the trolling was outrageous out there. Beef Stew was in the building. You were in the building. Karl was in the building. There was like about 25 comments on that hot dog. It was hilarious. I told Sue Ellen, I said, I guaranteed I'll have at least 15. And she read them all. She goes, my God, these people are crazy. This is just a hot dog video. And I go, I understand. It's a lot of trolling on both sides of the aisle. I said, I put this stuff on there. Did put all the stuff on there. I said, I figured Beef Stew would come, my girlfriend would come, and I said, that's what it's all about. It's called trolling, called gaslighting. So, but I said, we had the time of our lives.
You think I'm an opinionated person?
Oh, I think you are. I think you die on your feet. I think you are. I don't think you live on your knees, my friend, when it comes to speaking out. I don't think. Look at you. You're on my show. You're over here in Valkyrie. You're usually with the brown shirts. I think you speak out. You would if you didn't speak your mind, you wouldn't be here, sweetheart. You wouldn't be here. Okay. You put your voice to my podcast.
I'm not picking sides. Okay.
I understand.
I don't do that. I go where I want to go. I don't consider brown shirts. I don't consider Valkyrie. I go where I want to go. And people can hate me for that. Whatever.
That's fine. It shows that you're a grown woman. You get ovaries. That's fine. You're an adult woman. And I look at Karl's come over here, and people claim me. I'm torturing him. I'm ruining his views. But he's a grown man. I mean, me and Old Man Nation used to be, back and forth. But now, he does a video, and he comes on and calls him the P word, blind views, and then says I'm stealing valor. It's like, no, I'm sorry, pal. I'm not going to talk to you ass anymore. I try.
Do you think Karl? Do you think Mark will ever come back on the show?
No, I doubt, because he won't apologize.
Well, Cowpote doesn't want him back on the show, but me and Casey still like Mark.
I don't hate the guy. I just don't like accuse me of stolen valor and referring to blind views the P word. I don't need that on my show. I don't hate blind views, but I would never say that about him. I don't think he is. I know he's not, but we talked about that, me and Karl on the way home, about being devalued, and I said that. And then people have devalued Karl about about being a lawyer, with what's her name, that kind of behavior. It's just, I don't like that kind of behavior, because I'm wearing a Navy ship that I was on, visited not once but twice. I'm all of a sudden stealing valor. It's like, yeah, okay,
People take things serious, like. He got mad because of what you call Miss Vicky, stuff like that.
Well, thick and rich, who cares? That's a compliment. It's a compliment. She's thick and rich.
And you got on him about him not liking it, and you just can't make up. You got to be mad at each other. It's really stupid.
Well, I understand, but you're going to say something like that on my podcast. I get it.
Look at the stuff you called me, and we're still talking.
I know, because it's fun.
I think you should make up and let Mark come back on the show.
I doubt that. He wouldn't come. He claimed he wasn't going to talk drama anymore, but look what he does, So it's never ending.
I understand he hates Trump, and so do you. And
I never said hate Trump. I don't hate Trump. I just dislike him. I don't use the word hatred. I don't like to. That's not a good word. I don't like Trump. I never have before he was president. I never liked him to pay his bills. I don't like it. A lot of people don't pay their bills.
I like him.
Well, I don't.
I like him.
I work in the construction business. I get paid for my uncle for fabricating and lots of things. I get paid for. I live in a nice house because I get paid for my employers. Period. So I know what you're trying to say. That's fine. But I don't like convicted felons, adjudicate rapists, blah blah blah. The behavior.
I can see what he's, in the background, what he's trying to do for the country.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take a little bit of pain to reach the good.
I understand.
So, I'm still waiting on that.
I'm still waiting. That's a great line. That's hilarious. Oh, anyways, but anything else, young lady, before anything else? You want to say while you're here? I appreciate you calling in the show. You guys, it was a bing call just like that. I got a KC called and Karl called and you called. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanna. What's this going on with Ray and Grandma's pocketbook? I mean, is there an alliance going on, or what's going on?
Yeah, they're like thick as thieves, aren't they?
The what?
They're like thick as thieves. They're tight. Because Grandma's pocketbook comes hard at me just like Ray does. But Darlene left me a nice comment today, and I told her I really appreciated it. So Darlene is not on the beating up Karl bandwagon. I'm just making sure everybody knows that. Darlene, I'm not saying she's friends with me or she thinks I'm cool, but she's not beating up on me.
What'd she say?
I don't know. I had a video. You can read it in the comments. She said something about my video, but it wasn't bad. It was vanilla. It was fine. But yeah, Grandma's pocketbook is totally against me, and so is Ray.
Really?
I just wanted to let people know that Darlene wasn't in that group.
Okay.
In case they care.
Yeah, I read somebody made a comment. I read that they were in Ray's Live, and Grandma's pocketbook said that she's not a lawyer, but she knows more about law than you do.
Yeah, I love it when people say that. I'm like, that'd be like me saying, I hitched a ride on a train, and now I know more than Cowpote's dad on how to run a train.
Correct. Exactly. My dad was a switchman, so I guess you know more than my dad being a switchman. Absolutely, that's good. So true.
JJ said she's putting up Sarasota Tim videos on her main channel.
Who is?
Grandma's pocketbook.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, she is.
And she had two of her channels taken down because of that. She got terminated twice. You can't have another channel. So she's going to use her main channel, and start doing Sarasota Tim again. She might lose that channel.
Well, she's playing back Sarasota.
I wish it is, but
Poor decisions.
Huh?
Cowpote would say poor decisions.
Poor decision, poor choices.
Poor choices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's using her olive oil image.
Yes.
It's like she's one that can't stay away from Timmy either.
Well,
I told you, Cowpote, he's addicted.
Look! Like I told you, look! Remember the 2-week sabbatical, Karl? That long, he couldn't stay away. He went and watched Thick and Rich. He still watched. He still watched.
I just can't quit him. I can't quit him.
Remember that 2-week sabbatical? He still watched Thick and Rich. He still would. He went out and watched other people.
Yeah, that was a hard challenge.
Right. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna play one more song about the New York Dan Shuffle, the cruise shuffle. I played one beginning. So anyways, Squirrel Bait, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for calling into Fear Mongering Radio. Karl, as usual. You two guys, any final shots from you, Karl, about life and vibe, and then I'll go over to Squirrel Bait and I'll cut you both loose. Go ahead, Karl. Anything else?
I'm glad, Squirrel Bait, I'm glad you came on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, likewise.
Appreciate you both coming on. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you both later along the way. You guys have a great weekend, okay? Thank you.
All right, bye.
Yeah.
There they go. That was a great time. That was a lot of fun. That was a great time. Anyways, I'm gonna stop this thing. I'm gonna play the last one, the shuffle one, and we'll get out of here. And I appreciate Squirrel Bait coming on. I really, really do. And she's take some oversized oak trees. Here's the second one, the Ghetto Cruise. This is the shuffle. Here you go. I admit, it's a good song. Anyways, I want to thank everybody who has come to the show and saving Charles, Squirrel Bake Perry, my girlfriend, Karl, and KCGrits. Yes, we are the Valkyrie. She died at her feet today. We appreciate it very, very much. We talk about the military armed forces at war in Iran. Adjudicated rape convicted felon is running the show. Boots in the ground. 1938, he kicked it off. 1945, Japanese. They capitulated. We can't say that. Shout out to my boy out there. Anyways, bear exposure. They capitulated in between destroying the beaches. Forgotten Vietnam, 58,000 plus. Men went blue. God bless working class. Balls over the oak trees. The Air Force, Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Merchandise Coast Guard, in and out of uniform. You are your choices in life. I wouldn't shower in the shower at Penn State. If you don't like two men having sex, you can't watch two women because that's not a very Christian thing to be doing. Prevent AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea, and the penis. I wouldn't shower in the shower at Penn State. You better not shower in the shower at Penn State. See something, say something. It's up inches to the ground, rat line, blue line, all that behavior. Then don't drink and drive. Call some word to someone. Pick up the phone, twist a drink near Dan. Don't get drunk and be foolish. Hope you like the music. Have a great Friday and a great weekend. My name is Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, this voice, we are